Morning everyone. So the project at hand today is to put a shelf up in that spot there, and on that shelf I'm going to keep the box, the 100 litre tub that I just got to store my whippersnipper and all that in, but only when it's in the car. So I need somewhere just to keep the box, and then I want to probably hang the whippersnipper either here or maybe probably not going to fit in this spot anymore because the box is going to take that up, but I'm going to try and put the box up quite high so almost level with the ceiling, the top of the box. Bottom of the box might end up here, and then if there's enough room to hang the whippersnipper, it's like 1.7 long, so it needs a fair bit of room. I don't want it here because it's going to hang too far out on the column, so if it doesn't fit under, it's going to go in that spot or in that spot because then that's tucked away. So I need a kind of, probably not like that. I need one that comes out with a bit more gap in the middle of it to hang the whippersnipper up. I've got to measure it all. And then I just want to get two 90-degree brackets like that, no shelf on it, and then the box the tub just goes in it. And then maybe a shelf, I was thinking like a shelf like that, a bit smaller, underneath, maybe a bit more sticky outy, I'm not sure. And I'll put a jerry can, the oil, the fuel stabilizer, just everything to do with two-stroke stuff I'm going to just keep there. Yeah, but the main thing is to get this 100 litre tub because it's in my shed at the moment and it's just taking up too much room. I got nowhere to keep it on the floor here, so it's got to go up there. It won't fit up there. It will fit here on top, but then see that sensor there? That's another thing I've got to do. If you put a tub up there, the sensor doesn't work because you're blocking it, and that tub's quite high. It's a 100 litre tub, so yeah, it's got to go over there. That sensor is facing the wrong way. It's facing the door, but we don't drive in here very often. Like that hardly moves, and that probably moves less. So I need it to spin 90 and face that door, so that when we come through that door, like even just now in the morning, it's quite dark in here. I need that light. That sensor controls this light. Sorry, this light. That switch controls these two lights. I'll just put some extra lights in. So yeah, I need that to spin 90 degrees. If I could move it from there to there, that would be really cool. But I don't think, without going in the roof, and I don't want to go in the roof. So yeah, it's going to stay there, just spin 90 so it gets people there, I think, and that'll be the best way. Shelf there for the 100 litre tub, little shelf underneath for the two-stroke gear. And that's it. So we'll go in the shed, we'll measure up and write a bit of a shopping list. Okay, so yeah, this is the box. I'm not going to store it pretty much, apart from the line, the gloves, just stuff I need when I do whippersnipping. That's the only stuff that's going to stay in there because I need the blower. So the blower's going to sleep here and just goes in here when we're going to do the whippersnipping. And yeah, so the 90-degree brackets kind of need at least a 400mm arm. So I'll write that. So just a 400mm arm, and then the snipper hanger has got to be. So it's quite tall. It's almost as tall as me. So if that's on the wall, so it's got to probably have at least 150 mil arm, and spacing 50 to 100 mil. Because when we bought this thing, that's how they had them hanging up in the shops. They just had a thing like that. Well, they had a big one, and you know, there's 5 or 6 on each thing. So, and they're just getting gripped from anywhere from kind of there to there. So even if it was up here, it doesn't matter. But anyway, yeah, that should be okay to hang underneath that tub. So yeah, and then a shelf, and the shelf I'll just get whatever shelf they've got, as long as it fits in, you know, as long as it's under a meter. So all good. All right, yeah. So And that's a little tub I made, so it's literally just got a little cutout so the whipper snipper can go in. The drama I was having, if you haven't watched that video, was I just had this loose in my boot, and every time you turn a corner it was like 2 basketballs just rolling around in the boot. So, and I was worried the fuel was going to drip out, so at least this way, if it does turn over or something bad happens, the fuel's contained to that box, and also the box stops them from rolling around. So, but yeah, all good. I'll go take these dogs for a walk, and then we'll head over to Bunnings. Turned out to be a nice day today. No clouds, not too hot. I think it's going to get a bit hotter in the arvo, but yeah, all good. Be done by then. Managed to, so these blinds, I don't know if I talked about them in another video, but these blinds are coming down over the weekend. I found someone that actually wants to buy them. I was wondering how I was going to get them in the bin and throw them out, but I thought I'd put them on Facebook, and somebody wants them, so that's pretty good. So he came yesterday, left me a deposit, happy with the size and what they're like and everything. And yeah, so it'll be good to get rid of them because we're getting the new ones. I got the phone call the other day, they're coming on Tuesday, so he's coming Saturday, and then Tuesday we're getting the new ones put in. So that'll work out really good. So it turned out I was going to have to pay him $70 per blind to take them down, the company, when they put the new ones up. And then I said no, I'll take them down. And then I was wondering how I was going to get rid of them because they're 4.2 meters long, those two, and that one's 3.4. To selling them, and the guy's coming to give me a hand to take them down for free, and he's actually paying me money to take them with him, so it worked out pretty good in the end. He wants to see how they come down, so that way he knows how they go back together. So all good. I've got the whipper snipper ready to go. That's the tub that we're going to be putting the brackets up for. And yeah, just got back from Bunnings, so ended up buying more stuff than what I planned on doing. So it's probably going to turn into a little bit of an update video plus do the job video, but that's okay. So soldering. My one broke a while ago, and I thought I'd never need to buy another one, but I did, and I got this one because it's got these. They had them on display there, and they're really nice and stiff and hold a fair bit of weight. So yeah, I got that type. That's for another day. Postie came while I was out as well, so we'll open them up in a minute. This one is for holding the whipper snipper. So that's got to come with us. That'll come with us. That's for going around. I've got another door that goes down the side of our house. Not the garage door, it's just a little walk-through door. And there's gaps, so I want to fill the gaps in. A bit of cleaner, just needed that. That is for the sauna, so it's a noise filter for the sauna to try and get rid of this humming noise. So that's going to stay here, and that'll be a job for later on when it gets a bit hotter. I just needed some screws. So I've got some, but they're too long, so good to have a few of them hanging around. This is what I'm going to be using for the brackets. So yeah, rather than drill a hole and put those blue core plugs in and whatever they're called, so just self-tapper straight into the concrete, much easier. What else? There's brackets, so 400mm up the top, and they're 350 down the short end, 400 on the long end, so that'd be plenty for that box. I bought 2 more brackets, the same ones as them, a bit smaller, for that shelf at the bottom, but I went to have a look at wood, and they want some stupid price for wood, so I gave it a miss, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to have some wood hanging around that I can just make a shelf. So I don't want to hang these up until I know what size of wood I've got, and then that's the shelf for it then. And then I got drill bit, 4mm. I do have a 4mm drill bit, but because I bought a big box of these, I'm just going to keep this drill bit in with there, so that way I don't have to ever, it's all just together, it's just easier. And some banana plugs, because what I'm thinking of doing, so I've got a, are they the same? Yeah, they are, yeah. I've got a power supply, a variable voltage power supply with banana plugs on the back. So what I want to do is get a fuel pump off a car, 12 volt fuel pump, and get some hose, and then use that to transfer fuel, two-stroke fuel, between jerry cans and fill up the machine, so that way you don't make a mess everywhere. Before I do it, I'm going to just try that new jerry can I got, because it did come with like a really good spout on it at an angle, so I'm just going to try that first. But if that doesn't work, that's what I'm going to do, and just have it so you plug it into power, and then variable voltage, you put 5 volts through the pump and it'll just pump really slow, and that's probably all you need. So it's like a little fuel bowser, I suppose. So yeah, that'll work out alright. But yeah, that stuff can all come back in the garage. We don't need them just yet. And then I don't know what this is. Could be my new earplugs, because it's definitely not handlebars. Oh, that's the... Okay, cool. That's the new filter for my Dyson vacuum cleaner. Looks like the original, really. Yeah, cool. We've never changed them. And my missus years ago, I don't know what she did. I think she dropped coffee or something like that, and she used the vacuum cleaner to soak up coffee. I don't know what she was thinking. Whether she might have, I think she might have towed it all up, but then went over it with the vacuum cleaner for whatever reason. Pretty sure it was coffee. And now every time, like 2 years later, every time you use that vacuum cleaner in the house, it smells like off coffee everywhere. It's really gross. So yeah, that should fix that problem. Cool. Alright. Okay, so I've only got two bolts in, so you can still swing them from here. So you can see that's level. So if it's not level, you can use a bit of adjustment. So you just move the bottom, and now it's level. The back one's level. You kind of I'll put that one in first, put the spirit level on, mark that one. So now the back's level. Sorry, these two are level within each other, and that's level. So I'll just go ahead now, mark one more there, one more there, one more there, one more there, and that's that one done. And then we'll get on to hanging the whippersnipper up with the same little bracket. Yeah, these things are really good. I'm a big fan of these. I'm going to switch over. That's why I bought this box, because I've used them a few times on other things, and it's so much easier than drilling a massive big 8mm hole, bunging that in, and it's never the right size, and then you put the thing in and it spins, and yeah, these things are just like you're drilling into wood. It's just 4mm hole, so it's way less dust. Well, I just use the vacuum cleaner in one hand and the drill in the other, and perfect. I moved that just to have access, but didn't even make a mess. It was really good. So yeah, that went up, so that's good, and it's even matching colours. It's a steel orange pretty much, so it's not on the ground, just off it. With heavy stuff, this isn't that heavy, but I always like to go in the mortar, not in the brick, because I think it was this one and this one were in the brick, and you only get like the thickness of that brick's hollow, so you don't get the whole screw in nice concrete. So, but that's in mortar, that's in mortar, that's in mortar, because there's a join just there, and that's in mortar, and that's in brick, but that's in mortar. And plus this thing's only like a kilo. It doesn't weigh a lot, and that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to end up with. Nice and tight to the ceiling. I'll still fit the lid on. There's not going to be much in there anyway, so that's perfect. That's whatever's in there now is in there. So I'll show you. If I can bring it down. So that's it. This one, that's empty, but that's what I wanted the shelf for, just to put that. And yeah, so if I do a shelf I'm pretty sure I've got a piece of wood to do that. So if I do a shelf from here to here, under there like that, about that height, so I should have a piece of wood for that. And then I can fit my jerry can, the fuel stabilizer, and the oil, and the 1 litre thing for the oil to measure how much oil you need. That'll all fit on a shelf there, no worries at all. And that'll be a little 2-stroke corner, I suppose you can call it that. But yeah, but otherwise in here is just gloves, a rag, a couple little tools, extra line, and the shoulder strap, and that's it. Okay, so found a little bit of wood. It's actually quite nice, bit of jarrah look. I might put it at, that's the bottom, and that's like the Jarrah finish, but that's had a bit more wear and tear on it, so I might put it that way. Looks a bit nicer that way. Worked out, I only had to cut it once because it was the end of a board, so just one cut and it was a perfect width. So spot on. So got these two hung up. They're not tight yet, but just checking. So first of all, put this one in. Doesn't matter, you don't have to measure anything apart from if it's in a good position for the bracket. Screw that one in. I haven't got a screw at the bottom, so that way I can adjust level, and it looks like it needs to go. If you can see that bubble, that's way off now. Let's get it pretty fine. That'll do there, like that. So drill and screw that in. Same story for this one. I got this one pretty good. Yep, good enough. And in between them, spot on. So we're good there. So I will just two more holes, and then we'll fix the board to that. Ta-da! All done. That was a nice quickie project. Yeah. So this actually locks in pretty good. It's never going to get bumped, so it's not coming down. And even if it did, it weighs nothing. It's pretty much an empty box. Got the shelf up, so I use liquid nails, screws. Everything's nice and level. I use 2 jerry cans. That's empty at the moment, but that's full and that's empty. And got your oil and your mixing container. So the way I do it, I go, so I've only just filled this up at the servo, and it is mixed as well. But what I normally do is go to the servo. I've got another red jerry can meant for a car. I go 5 litres, go and fill that up. I only just got the jerry can, that's why it's empty. But that's going to be the one I use to go fuel to the machines. Yeah, but what I normally do is go 5 litres. So let's say these two are empty and I need fuel. I'll go to the servo with this one, put 5 litres of fuel in, come home, tip a litre into here, because this tells you all the measurements, 1 to 50 over here. Tip a litre of fuel into that, fill it up with oil, and then tip it into this one, which is empty. Yeah, and then you got a litre of mixed 2-stroke in there, and then another litre into that, oil, tip it into that. I mix a litre at a time, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't do 5 litres and then pour 100 mils. I think it is. Can't remember. It did say somewhere, but 1 to 50. So you need 20 mils in 1 litre, so it'll be 100 mils in 5 litres. Yeah. So yes, that's right. 2 times 5. Yep, 100 mils. But I do a litre at a time. I've always done it that way, and it's worked, and I've never had dramas with my gear, so all good. So yeah, that's why I like having 2 jerry cans. So there's the one to go to the servo and bring back just the raw fuel, and then mix a litre, tip it into here, mix a litre, tip it into here. Then that one's empty, stays up here, and this is the one I use to fill the machines up, 50 to 1, mixed 1 litre at a time, so you know you're bang on. Yeah, whippersnipper's hanging up. It's not just resting there. Nice little hook system for that. Everything's nice and tight and close and perfect. Still fit the fishing, fit everything exactly how it used to be there. So yeah, pretty happy with that. So that's a win for that one. Next thing I'm going to do is turn that sensor to face that door so that it goes off a little bit more accurately or more often when we come through that door, because it's a fight at the moment. It's getting to be a real pain. So I don't know how I think it's just got 2 screws. I'm just going to turn it around and that's it. But yeah, I can't really film and do it at the same time. So I'll exploratory surgery and I'll get back to you. And that's better. Actually facing the door now, because we set it up originally to, I think I explained it before, to trigger when we come through this garage door with the cars. But we don't come through the house this way anymore because we don't park cars in here. We only, like, this stuff doesn't go out very often, so it's mainly through this door to get stuff from here. So yeah, that's heaps better. So I didn't angle it fully this way, just so it still pick you up if you come in from there, but it's mainly this way. 90% of the time it's going to be this way, so all good. But yeah, that was a very yeah, I had that spot there. I didn't know what to do with it, so I thought I'd better hang, because there's no point keeping this in the shed out the back because I don't have grass here to cut. I've only got grass at our block, so it makes more sense to keep all that stuff here Come and fill the blower up when I need to. It's just there. Otherwise, it's all here to chuck in the car, which is just there on the other side of the door, and go and do what I need to do once a month, whatever it is, to cut the weeds there. So, yeah, good job. Have a good one, and thanks for watching. We'll catch you later.